Hello everyone, and welcome to another Geoguessr video. We are going to be exploring a meta world. This will help with identifying places pretty quick. It's meta practice, so I've seen people be very quick, very good at guessing where they are. Some of these I'll be great at, some of these I will not be great at. Let's jump over to a meta world. This is usually where you can kind of like narrow it down to specific locations, and you get an idea of where you're at pretty easily based on the car, the ground, the location has specific like signage, specific bollards, specific poles, that kind of thing. So this is nice for that. There's a lot less locations, but there are more metas outside of this map. This is just probably the best map for metas, but let's jump into this. I'll try to explain some of these as we go through too. For the purpose of this, I'll probably leave on, like usually when I play this one, just as a fun thing, I'll put a time limit. I'll take move and pan and zoom off, but just for explaining this and everything, I'll just start the game. We'll play like normal. We'll get some time to explain what's going on. Right off the bat, you know exactly what country we're in. So this is always going to be your classic Kenya. There's a few different cars, but they always will have a snorkel. Now, there's a couple cars around the world. By the way, this is all just official like Google coverage. It's not going to be photospheres usually. It's not going to be anybody like in countries that don't have coverage or something like that. Like, this is official Google coverage. But yeah, so this is going to be Kenya. You'll see the snorkel here. You'll see a couple different cars. Kenya drives on this side of the road. They are left-hand drive, and a lot of times we'll have like big yellow plates as well. You'll see a couple different kinds of terrain. Kenya's a pretty big country here, with all kinds of different elevations and terrains and stuff. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to be here, but if you see this right away, you know Kenya. And there's a few different cars I know that have this, but there's also a car that you can't see that on. There is like a reflector up here that's also Kenya. It's going to look like this. You just make sure you know what side of the road we're on, because Uganda and Kenya always have that side of the road. Uganda has a different car without a snorkel as well, though. Pretty easy to tell. There's not a ton of coverage here, so you're going to have the same car throughout. This might be just a little past Nairobi. Could be by Mombasa as well. We'll see what happens here. Okay, yeah, so right around Nairobi here. You'll see coverage all throughout this area. A lot of it by Mombasa and Nairobi. A little bit up here, but usually you'll see it here. I have only seen a little coverage up here. Like maybe once every now and then. It's not very often, but that was a good start. Meta practice is awesome because you will see a lot of these throughout, they'll pop up throughout playing like Diverse World and things like that. Chat Guesser, it helps a lot. You can impress your friends. You know how it is. These rifts in the sky right here, we are in Europe. I'm not great at knowing like which country it could be in though. There's two countries, and it's going to be these two countries right here. Pretty much just all up and down this whole area. You'll have rifting in the sky like that. There is a little bit, I think, maybe a little bit in North Macedonia, but it's hardly ever. No, I think it's just these two. Macedonia, there's like 3 leaves on the camera. I don't think that's covered in this map, but I did notice that. Okay, so that's the capital of Albania right there, so probably pretty close. This actually might not be too far away, actually, from guessing this one, but here's the capital. SH30 is what we're looking for. We probably won't spend too much time narrowing these down, because this is mostly just about the the metas and stuff that we're working on here. So if you're doing country streaks especially, it's so helpful. I mean, you'll see this in the sky no matter what it is. And I'm not sure what creates that. It might be like the camera or something. Or the thing that encases the camera. I really don't know what it is, but Yeah, so we're going to be down around here. I'm not sure. What are we looking at here? Maybe like a south-southwest situation, so maybe somewhere like over here. Maybe a little up north. What is that? Where's 30? I'm so bad at finding roads and stuff, which is a shame because it's very useful to know where your roads are. You know, eventually I'll play this enough where I'll probably have it down. There's a 30 right there. It looks like we might... Oh, there's Rubik as well. So if we turn, we go there. If we go straight... So we might be like around... like here, maybe. I know there's water. So yeah, if I... We'll see what this sign says. This might help us out too. Okay. This town is only 10 away. Right there. Right? Yeah, okay. So that's there. And that's in that direction. So I'm thinking... Oh, I don't know, actually. Well, you know what? Let's just full send it. I mean, what do we have to lose? Not much. Right around there somewhere. Okay, the other side, I'll take it. That's a very, very good score right there. This. Okay. So, roof racks are in a few countries, and there's going to be very slight differences. This one, you can tell here, there's no, like, rubber inserts in there. A few countries have these roof racks, but black rubber inserts. That's going to be like Dominican Republic if you see that, and a Spanish-speaking country. This is a Spanish-speaking country as well, but there's no inserts there. A good way to tell what country you're in if you're doing like Diverse World or something, and you see those roof racks, there's not a single country in Central or South America that has coverage with this car except the country of Guatemala with the exposed roof racks. Now, there's another country with the roof racks, and we'll probably see it a few times as we go through this. This country right here, this has exposed roof racks without the inserts also. However, the landscape is going to be completely different. So you'll see mountains and stuff everywhere, but there won't be like lush green mountains like this. You can tell this is Guatemala because of just the landscape. You might see some language. You'll see just a few things that, you know, really give it away. But they're both beautiful countries, and I love looking at them and just how incredible the sights are. I mean, here, this country right here, the landscape is just outrageous. It is so wild and so cool, and I hope we get the next one or one soon to show you all what's going on there. Another thing about Meta World Map is it's just like, it's such a cool map to see so many wild things. A lot of the cars have to be like these extreme, you know, cars like the Mongolia car has a tent on it because like you're just out in the elements. You could get stuck and you have nothing for just many, many miles. It's so cool. But yeah, Guatemala. Let's go. Right there. Perfect. Now, like I say, you'll only see roof racks in Dominican Republic, but they have the thick, like, inserts in them. And then Guatemala, just no inserts, but roof racks. Very good way to tell there. This is, what was I just saying? I'm so glad we got this one. This is exactly what I was talking about. So, same deal. We have the roof racks, but look at these hills. Look at these mountains. Sometimes there's a bunch of snow-capped mountains as well. Such beautiful landscapes. I mean, you just don't see anything like this, you know, in a lot of places in the world. It's just such an incredible place. With this country, roof racks, like I say, you'll see Cyrillic. You'll see, you know, definitely a lot of big poles like this that have to be real sturdy and hold up. But yeah, main things are going to be Cyrillic. Not a lot of towns and cities here as well. There's a few sparse you know, spread out throughout the country, but definitely those roof racks are going to be your indication. Plus, I mean, just the landscape. If I saw this landscape alone, I'd think I'm either in some kind of crazy national, like, you know, park or something, or just, you know, your everyday traveling through the mountains here. Let's go like right here, maybe. Let's see what's up. Okay, other side of the lake. That is fine. Great score either way. We have some rifting happening right away, but this does not look. It does not look like, you know, any country in Europe. It looks more like, so there's one country in Africa that has rifting, and these roof racks as well. So you'll see roof racks, right? Only a couple of countries have roof racks in Africa. Ghana has the most famous roof racks, and I hope we see one of those, because I'll show you that one. It actually has a piece of like black tape on this front one here, and it's the only country in the world with one in the front. But Senegal, early coverage in Senegal has those rifts, and I believe this is Senegal again. Yeah, okay, so right up there. We are now getting coverage down here in Senegal, different cars. So you'll see a lot of different things there now. That was a dead giveaway for Senegal, was the rifting in an African country, but now it's getting a little more complicated. Something to note about Senegal is they drive right-hand, so it's going to look like a few other countries in Africa as far as like the landscape, you know, climate in certain areas, but you will see right-hand drive as opposed to left like here. The other thing is it's in the northern hemisphere. So if you look at the sun will be in the south. Down here, you won't see, you know, the sun in the southern hemisphere. You'll see it in the northern hemisphere. It's always opposite. But they're all left-hand drive down here where there's coverage. I know that's a lot of information, but all those things together add up. So you're looking for sun in the south, and that means you're up here in the northern hemisphere, so you can eliminate everything down here right away. And then you think, okay, I'm driving on the right-hand side, not the left, so it can't be Uganda or Kenya. I have roof racks, I have rifting, it's got to be Senegal. Right there, good score to start with. We'll do another one. Hopefully we get some different stuff, and I can show you a few more metas here. And we'll practice these a few times. I mean, we sometimes get great mixes. Sometimes we don't get great mixes. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I mean, we had countries all over the place. That was awesome. When we get the U.S., I'm not good at all with the metas in the U.S. Metas in the U.S., I don't know. I don't know what they're looking for. It's old camera meta. I'm glad we got this though. So this is our this is a city in I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm guessing it's like Kyrgyzstan. I don't really know how to pronounce anything. I'm horrible with language, and I've said that in a few videos. Just in general, I have not a great vocabulary, to be honest, and I know a few parts of languages, but pronunciations has always been a tough thing for me. So it's always fun to follow me on Twitch and listen to me pronounce your name. Even if you don't stay followed, it's definitely a good laugh. Because I'm just sitting there just like, help me out. I don't know how to say it. I don't know if we're in Bishkek, but this is going to be, a lot of it's going to be mountains here, right? This is a city, so you'll see like tall apartment buildings and things. You'll see these long European-style license plates with a lot of red on them. And I don't know if there's a sign or something that I can show you the language, but it's going to be Cyrillic, like that, you know. It's kind of, not really, not a great example. I forgot I could drive, but we'll drive and see if there's a sign. Yeah, so like this, you'll see it like Russia. Anywhere with, you know, Bulgaria has Cyrillic. A few countries have that kind of script. But yeah, so this is kind of the other end of that spectrum, where you'll see just like, you know, you're in the city. It doesn't look like the major city though, so we might be like around here instead. I'm not sure. It could be Osh. Oh, we were in Bishkek. Okay. So just like far out, I guess, on Bishkek, like not the interior of the city. But either way, still a good guess. Still Ah, rifting. Alright, so we have some rifting happening. Albania is interesting. So this might be Albania. I'm not sure. Could be Montenegro, but I don't know for sure if it is. Because I just need to see some license plates, maybe. Albania has a few different versions of their license plate. They have some double blue happening. They have some red happening. It's a country that gets some travel through as well, so you probably will see a few plates from different places, but those rifts in the sky narrow it down to at least 2 countries, and you're almost always guaranteed a good score. There's double blue there, so we might be in Albania, but like I say, travel through, you never know. I'm going to go Albania. I'm going to go... Is there water here at all? Just a canyon? Let's go, like, up here somewhere, maybe. Okay, it was Albania, a little further south, but yeah. The language with like a lot of the European countries always get me. This right away, there's that tape I was talking about a little while ago, right there. So that's what it's going to look like. You'll get roof racks, and Ghana also has this car right here where you'll see like a little bit of red and some adverts on the front. You'll know, especially if you're playing Geoguessr, y'all, you'll know it right away. This will help a lot with Geoguessr because this stuff kind of comes up pretty frequently. Now, the fun thing about like Ghana, and I was talking about this in another video, but like the dirt around the equator, like this kind of area, you'll see it over here. You'll see it like through a lot of places here, a lot in Brazil. It's very red. It's very like orange, bright. Very vibrant kind of soil. I mean, here it's not a great example, but you can kind of tell. Like, this isn't soil you'll see like around the US or anything usually. Northern, very far north, like, and then mountainous elevation, you know, terrain like that. You'll see like really dark brown, black, gray dirt. Same with like really southern areas as well. But man, there's like a lot, especially by the equator, very rich, like colorful soil. It's so cool. You'll see like there are areas here, especially after it rains. It's just, I mean, bright red. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna go right here. I'm not sure why. A little closer to the city, but that's fine. Still a good score. Anything in the 4,000 range is awesome. Okay, I was actually gonna talk about this before, but this one is a little newer. You don't see this often. We are driving on this side of the road, so we're right-hand drive. There's the tape, but the tape's on the back. Like I said, you don't see this often, so you might not have to memorize this as much, but it's on the back roof rack instead of the front one like Ghana's is. So this is the only other place I've seen that tape. I believe this is Reunion, an island off of Madagascar. I believe that is what this is. But it's one of these two, and anytime there's a 50-50 chance, y'all know me, I am not good at predicting what it is, but I think it's going to be Reunion. And then looks like our water is to the southwest. We're wrapping around a little bit here. Let's see if we can do this. I'm not sure we will, but water is to the southwest. So this is something like, if it's Reunion, it's going to be like around here maybe, somewhere around there. I know I can drive, but I kind of don't want to. Let me see what this sign says up here, because that'll kind of give it away if we can just narrow down like a coast and whatever. But St. Denis, St. Paul, okay. N1. Well, that's N1A. Does that mean the same thing? I would assume so, but who knows, you know? There's St. Paul. St. Paul's the close one? Yeah, St. Paul's the close one. So what are we thinking? Like around here, maybe? Oh, there's the N1. Okay. Okay. So we're on like an elevation here, it looks like. Yeah, and there's probably a road down below or something. I mean, is there like a mountain pass coming up? I'm not sure. I don't think there's that much space, you know what I mean? We'll go and see where we end up. Oh, way down here. Wow. Okay. Right road, right idea. It's the problem. When you zoom in so much, you know, I was hoping like the N1 would pop up here, but it's not. N1 is just up here on the road, even though the road continues down this way. So there's just another name for it. But that's all right. I mean, honestly, that's what you do. Those metas at least get you, you know, where you got to go. This is probably a pretty cool island, honestly. I got to say, this is probably a pretty cool island. I don't know much about these places I'm looking at, but that's why I like Geoguessr. It gets you engaged in places that you would not be able to find on your own, you know? All right, check this out. Those are those big rubber inserts I was talking about. So there's only a couple places this could be. Looks like we have a flag happening there. Looks like a tropical island kind of deal. Or not tropical, but maybe subtropical island. Caribbean, probably. And Dominican Republic, yes. So you look at the foliage. You look at these roof racks. You look at the car. Mongolia has a car like this, but it's very colorful, and the climate is completely different. Looks like there's a little rifting here. I'm not sure if that's super frequent. That might help you narrow down what city we're in if there's rifting. Looks like it's just that one spot, though. So probably doesn't help too much. But we are definitely Dominican Republic. I like the mix of like places we're getting. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go... it was Santo Domingo. God, you have a 50-50 shot usually. Because I see a lot of coverage around here and around here. But you don't really see much throughout the rest of the country. I think that has to do with like elevation and stuff like that. I've been to Dominican Republic. It's actually freaking awesome. I really enjoy it. Although I have to say, favorite place I visited in the U.S. or out, which isn't many places, but if you count in the U.S. also, Jamaica by far, out of all the places I've gone. Because I've been to a lot of places up and down the East Coast. I've been to a lot of places in the West, and then some of the southern areas as well. I want to check out the North. I really like the climate and stuff up here, but just never been yet. But yeah, outside of that, Dominican Republic and Jamaica, haven't been anywhere. I love Jamaica, though. It was so cool. This right here, classic, easy Mongolia. Mongolia is incredible. This is one of those reasons where I love a meta world and just Geoguessr in general. I mean, look at what I'm looking at here. Look at what I'm seeing. It's just flat, like nothing. No other place on Earth looks like this, where there's just nothing for miles. And this is that tent car I was talking about earlier. So there's a snorkel, there's roof racks, but this tent car is what you're looking for. And there's a few different varieties of this. A few different cars you'll see. I mean, this could be like... It's probably a wetter place in Mongolia than, you know, a lot of Mongolia. There's a desert, very dry, Gobi Desert, I believe. But this might be more over here, more northern, and might be after rain as well. So I'm going to go like right here. But I really don't know. It could be somewhere a little more southern. There's just a lot of nothing, you know, a lot of just wide open, amazing. When there's not grass, it is just the craziest landscape. You look like you're on Mars. It's so cool. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, a little more southern like I was thinking. But like I said, probably after a rain. The only thing that's tough about Mongolia is it all looks very similar outside of here. If you're in the city, you can tell you're in the city. You know what's going on. The car is very different. You got the roof racks with the rubber inserts like I was talking about on the last round. But also you have a very colorful car. You'll see Cyrillic. You'll see like big apartment buildings and things. Mongolia is a wild looking place. It's so freaking amazing. Okay, this one, I have absolutely no idea. So We'll learn this one together, but boy, I don't know. We'll have to just keep driving and see if we find anything, a sign or something to give it away. I don't think this is low cam. It might be, but so there's two countries. There's Japan and there's Switzerland, where the camera's actually a little lower, more down towards the ground. I don't know why that is, but that's a good indication of those two countries. I don't think this is that, though. Is there any rifting or anything? Doesn't look like it. I mean, this could be Portugal, could be Bulgaria, although I have absolutely no idea. If there was a car or something over here, I could probably tell a little bit better. But we might be scrolling for a little bit to see if we can find a sign or anything. A sign would be nice, because then I could get some language. What is this? Ah, okay. So this is low cam, and we are in Japan then. Now, Japan is left-hand drive. It's hard to tell on this road with no lines or anything where we are, but I thought the cam was kind of low. Wasn't 100% sure. Japan's tough because it starts up here and goes literally all the way down here. There's islands all the way down this way, so you may have the right country, but if you're in the wrong spot, you're kind of toast. I'll go right up here and see what's up. A little further north, so not too bad. Actually, not a bad Japan guess. Let's see what we got next. Classic Kenya. There you go. Got the snorkel. This is actually a different car than we saw earlier. So that other one was white or like a light silver with the antenna. This one is a different car, and it's got the snorkel. You can kind of use different cars to figure out... Ooh, actually, you know what? You know what? This is not Kenya, I don't think. I don't know for sure, actually, because this car... There's usually like a chase car or something behind you in Nigeria. So we might be in Nigeria. Although I don't know if this is strong enough evidence. So this is a 50-50 meta kind of thing, isn't it? I've never seen a snorkel in Nigeria, though. So I still want to say Kenya based on that. But... let's see, anything here that might give it away? Yeah, I don't know. Seeing that car. So, like, okay, in Nigeria, there's almost always a chase car that is like a police car. But when I've seen them, it's been a truck with, like, big bar, like, police lights and things on them. So I haven't seen one with the little nub light on top. Oh man, I have two strong metas here, and I'm not sure which one to go with. Yeah, because you don't see too many chase cars in other countries. Tunisia has a chase car as well. That's almost always there, and I hope we get a meta one that I can show you that. That might be in the next one, though, because I think we're only doing 2 maps of this while we're looking around. Oh, look, it's behind us again, even though we're flipped around. That might just be it following. There's the beach over there. The beach is to the southeast. Look at that. I don't see anything out there. And I know Nigeria is very coastal, but then Kenya, we could be in Mombasa on the coast as well. I'm going to go Nigeria. I'm going to take a chance here and see what happens. Let's say we're like right around here, maybe. It was Kenya. That snorkel. The snorkel. Always go with the snorkel. Ah, man, that's tough. That is tough. I literally... yeah. Okay. So we learned something there. Chase car or not, always go with the snorkel in Kenya. It was by Mombasa, though, so at least we were right about something. But, man, here are those snow-capped mountains I was talking about earlier. I mean, this country is so unknown and so freaking beautiful at the same time. Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of people would probably... I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of history and a lot of backstory and everything like that. I definitely want to dive into it more, but man, there is... I'm going to go by the lake. I don't... Maybe I shouldn't. I should go over here. Oh, yes. What a good repin. But yeah, you know, there's a few countries that just pop up and you're like, wow, how has this existed? And nobody knows about it. Like, you know, and maybe that's just a U.S. thing. You know, I mean, obviously we don't learn a ton of stuff. And to be fair, I mean, how could you learn everything about everything in the world? But boy, it makes me want to do a lot more geography and exploring. I swear, this game is incredible, and I'm so happy it exists. Got this classic Ghana right here. You got the tape on the front, the car. This dirt looks like it just rained here. It's just such a unique, bright, vibrant color. You know, it's such a weird thing to talk about dirt and everything like that, of course. But, you know, out here in the West, in the dry places, you essentially just have dust and you have, you know, really hard ground, and it's like a very bright beige color. Back east where I used to live, it was just very dark brown soil. Nothing crazy, nothing special. And then you see stuff like this. I mean, look at this rich red color over here. It's just incredible, you know? It's stuff you don't see where I come from, you know? And it's wild to me. But let's go right here. We're in Ghana. Pretty close to Kumasi. But yeah, okay, I like it. View our results. Outside of that one flip-flop, yeah, like I said, I was even describing the police cars you'll see in Nigeria that tail you. And I still just went against everything I knew there. So, you know, that's the thing, though. That's the thing about meta practice. You can learn the right way from a wrong answer. You know, and it's cool. I don't know. It's nice. You can kind of do that with anything in life, really. If you see something done the wrong way, you can do it the right way based on that, you know? And I love that about learning and life in general. Like, you can learn a lesson from everything. But that is enough meta for today. I'll probably do another one of these. Hopefully we get some new locations, but, you know, just more tips and tricks. And there's a few on there that I did not see. And luckily there were a few that I avoided because I still don't really understand how to tell the difference between some of South Africa and Australia. I get them very confused. And then the US one, I don't know what the hell I'm looking for in that. But until we cross that bridge, we will not worry about it. I will see you in the next one, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out, as always. Whether it's on Twitch or here, I will see you guys, and I appreciate you no matter what. Have a wonderful day, y'all. Take it easy.